we're gonna pop over to
Thank you, Steve.
to Tina now. It was good talking to you, Steve.
Real quick, before we pick up Tina, I just want to let everyone on hold know there's about a second delay between the hosts and the call, maybe a little less. So do your best not to talk over each other. And I totally forgot what else I was going to say. I'll let you take back over the show.
Thank you.
If you do have any supernatural or God soul related claims, we take those callers too. 951-364-2430. All right, Tina, you're on with BrainBug and Dave.
Hi.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
So I have a story about seeing an alien.
Yeah, I saw that in the description. I saw your description here that you gave, and oh my gosh, I am so psyched for this call. So hit me with it.
All right. So me and my ex-husband were laying in bed, and we heard like a growling, like as if it was a rabid dog outside the door or something. And it was so scary that my husband even got out of the bed and pulled the door shut, like, holding it, thinking something was going to come in. So we get dressed, and about 10 minutes later, we go outside with the flashlight, and there was an alien. It was probably about 7 foot tall, I'd say, or more. And it was really skinny, maybe 150 pounds. It had it looked like an alien gray, type head, and with the big eyes. It had, like, I couldn't see any nose, no mouth. Like, it was like just a slit maybe. It had really long arms that went past its knees, and its fingers were probably twice as long as ours. And it was going towards the electric box in the back of the house. And so I don't know, but something in my mind told me, or what I took as what it was thinking. And it was like, whoa, they can see me. And it just stood there. And so me and my husband start walking a little closer because we didn't feel threatened. And it like ran around the side of, well, not ran, but floated around the side of the house, squatted down behind an old satellite dish. And my ex-husband seems to think that its knees went backwards and it didn't squat, but what I thought I seen was it squat. And so we started walking closer to it again, and it like got up and it just shot out of the yard like so fast that it even seemed like it could be sucked maybe into something, but its feet never touched the ground. It floated for sure.
It floated,
but
then it squatted.
Yeah, it was
behind the. Was it hiding? You think behind the satellite?
Yes. Like I thought that I could actually hear in my own head what it was thinking, and it was like, whoa, they can see me again, because when we were walking up towards it the second time,
and its knees went backwards.
And,
like what year is this?
2012.
Okay, so its knees went backwards like the aliens in that Charlie Sheen movie, The Arrival. Have either of you all seen that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks that all these experiences are before the cell phones had cameras. I just hate that.
No. And another thing was it glowed like a blue-green, like a jellyfish would.
Okay,
did you guys
phosphorus glow? Okay.
Did you guys think to grab a camera? Yeah, I would.
No, we were just like in awe that what we were seeing at the moment.
What did the police say?
We didn't call any police or anything like that. We just like kept telling, asking each other, do you believe what you just saw? Like, what did you see? What did it look like to you? Or like, so we kept telling each other things like that. And then the next day, everybody that we would tell would be like, were you on drugs? And, nobody really believed.
Well, that's the legit question. I mean, what were you and your husband doing laying in the bed? Not to be too sensitive. Not to be too sensitive here, but
we're teasing everybody about that tonight. No, don't
You're
be.
thinking the right thing.
huh?
You're thinking right. That's what was going on.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
also, this was in New Mexico, in Bloomfield, New Mexico at the time.
Okay. So when I'm just running through my head, the phosphorine's an interesting thing to note in the moonlight, I'm assuming, clear skies.
Yeah.
Because you're able to see this creature moving. You see it moving towards you. So no matter if it was an alien or a person or whatever, if someone was, it seemed like maybe was trying to get in my door and then went around to the back of my house and tried to tamper with my electrical box, I think I would call the cops. What compelled you not to? Was it something that it communicated to you, or?
No, just that we don't really call cops.
Even if someone or something is lurking around your house outside with,
it definitely was not like a person lurking. It was definitely an alien, like what we, it was an alien for sure. I can tell you that.
Like what you see on like in TVs and or TV, like things like Ancient Aliens on TV, the gray with the big black eyes, really tall and skinny.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
Well, here's my thought about that. When you mentioned it had an alien head, the only way we know that something has an alien head is we've been shown aliens on movies and TV for a long time by creative directors who decide what aliens look like or what they think they look like. Other shows have come along lately with different ideas about aliens, but we don't have any photographs or videos of aliens, and so we're having to create them out of our imagination, movie directors and things and so forth. So when you said you saw it had an alien head, that was obviously a reference to what you had seen in movies or TV, and what you thought an alien should look like based on what you'd seen in movies. So I don't know how we get a clear definition of what it is other than what's been presented to us in fictitious accounts.
So
Exactly.
the image of the gray alien is rooted in the Barney and Betty Hill case, where it's an abduction case, and they described the creatures the way they look with the big black eyes and the gray skin, and it kind of snowballed from there. Very similar to other encounters with strange creatures. One person sees something and then it starts to snowball, and people are seeing it every other day. But and this isn't to disparage your claim here, because I have no idea as far as what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been somebody with a glow in the dark Halloween costume on, alien Halloween costume on, trying to mess with your house.
Yank your chain, right?
Of course,
right.
It sounds like you might live in a type of neighborhood where, or lack thereof, where that's a good way to get shot. So, but people do stupid stuff even if they can get shot all the time. What do you think? I mean, the height that you're given to this entity, I'm assuming it's based on the height of the power box on the house. Is that?
Yeah. After it had happened, we kind of like took measure of what it would have been like to scan or to scale. Because we kept going back and forth with each other, like, I cannot believe what I just seen. What did you seen? Are you serious? Like, I saw this too, and and did it make any noise on the leaves? No, it got sucked away, or it kind of. It was kind of like have you ever heard of them shoes called Heelys? The kids used to wear?
The skater shoes. Yeah,
When
the skate.
Yeah, like when it took off, like when it was sucked out or it floated off really fast, it kind of was doing that above the ground. But
So to
was,
get
there was
sucked off
leaves
into the
on the ground.
did it get
back into the
pulled off
backyard.
into the distance or into the sky?
It's just straight horizontally into the distance.
Okay.
Well, like I said earlier, it's curious that, like Brian said, that you didn't call the cops. Maybe you didn't want them to find the drugs you've got there. I don't know. Just teasing. Just teasing. I'm a skeptic, and I follow the evidence, but I also am, like I said before, I would be excited about an alien. I would be, and I don't assume that they're not here. I don't assume that we're the only things in the universe. I don't know why we would assume that. But the question I have about all of these alien sightings is that if aliens wanted to make contact with humans on Earth, I think they could do it better by showing up in New York City or Washington, D.C., or major metropolitan areas, take me to your leader kind of thing. Let's make connection. Let's get this thing going. Let's combine our worlds, or let's attack this world and overcome it. Something. But they always show up in remote areas to random people that can or can't verify it. There are never any pictures. There are never any videos. We've all got cameras in our pockets now. We're flying around in space. There's satellites everywhere taking images of Mars. I would think we would have something close to evidence by now with the technology we have. And yet all we have are these stories. And I don't mean disrespect. There's just no evidence. There's, other than, kind of a wild story. And you didn't call the cops. There was nobody came out and did fingerprints or did forensics. There's just this wild story. And that's what we keep getting with aliens, is these wild stories. And I just would think by now we would have more. And I'm frankly not, I'm just disappointed, because I'd love to hang out with one. I'd love to see one. I want to go on the spaceship. So I'm not convinced. I'll leave it at that.
Tina, he's just jealous because you got to hang out with one and he didn't.
You bet. I'm jealous of whatever drugs you're on is what I'm jealous of.
Well, thank you so much for calling in and telling us your experience, Tina. Very interesting. Did you have any last words for us before we move on?
No, I mean, just that it, from, if he wants to know what it feels like to see one, it's a surprise where you can't leave. You want to look at it and soak every part of it in the moment. And that's basically it. But it was awesome.
Did you name it?
No, I did not.
I'd give that sucker a name.
You can give it a name right now if you want to.
What are we going to name it? What would you name it?
Fast Walker.
Fast Walker.
Was that the color of its skin was bathwater?
You sound like you've got, no, she said Fast Walker. Did you say Fast Walker or Bathwater?
Yeah, Fast Walker.
Fast Walker.
She said bathwater.
I thought you said, you must have some Native American in you, because that sounds like a Native American name. He who walks fast, dances with wolves. Fast Walker. Thank you, Tina. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Dude, these are exciting calls.
I hope I'm not like, I don't want to be unkind, but I don't want to just swallow it hook, line, and sinker. I want to push back and say, okay, this is sounding, crazy. So I hope I'm not coming across mean or disrespectful, but I do want to challenge those ideas.
Right. No, we're with you.
Okay.
And we're skeptics. We ask questions, and me, like you, Dave, I want to see aliens.
I would love it.
It would be, because if anything, it's just going to more reaffirm the idea that
I'd be taking a selfie. I'd say, come on, man.
Yeah, it would be so exciting Same with like ghosts or other dimensions. My
Exactly.
brain is always thinking of that stuff. But until I see, like, I guess, better evidence.
And again, it's just that they all happen back before cameras, back before videos. They don't show up in any populated areas. It's just so vague.
Well, this last couple of calls, they were 2011 and 2012. They
Getting on the edge of cameras.
I had a camera on my phone at that time. It wasn't a great camera, but
right.